here with the two famous authors and actors. You are double A.
It's a matter of opinion.
Well, okay. I want to consider you famous,
Okay.
Ken Farmer.
Yeah,
Please
that'll
say
work.
that you are famous.
I'm famous.
So, what's the deal with all these books?
Well, all these books, we have been spent the last 8 months and have written 5 novels and almost finished with number 6.
Is
No,
this
wait, 4 novels. 4 novels and almost done with number 5.
Math is not one of his strengths.
I couldn't get my shoes off.
Okay, did you guys start writing until this age, or you have always been writers?
No.
No what?
We actually started writing screenplays. He's been doing it for 25 years or so. I've been writing screenplays with him for about 3 or 4 or 5. And we did a conversion of a novel to a screenplay. A friend, John Eastman, had a novel. It was about 900 pages, 300,000 words, and wanted a screenplay.
350,000.
So we converted it to a
Feature.
feature-length, 122-page screenplay. And after we did that, we looked at each other and said, we can write a novel. And so we did. That's it.
And now nobody can stop you.
No.
That's right.
What does your wife think
we
about
wrote,
it?
We wrote this first one in 10 weeks.
No.
Yeah. And it won the Best Adult Fiction Award at the North Texas Book Festival.
Wow, look at
Our
you guys.
first book.
What does your wife think about it? Like, do they see you anymore, or you are like hiding on a room writing? Your wife.
Who?
Your wife.
Who?
Are you making fun of my accent?
No.
No. My wife really loved the book The Nations, so she wants us to write a sequel, which we are, in fact, are doing so. She hasn't got into the military books near as much, but she loved the characters, and we let, in all of our books, we let the characters tell the story, so we can
It's kind of like acting class.
bring the readers in, so that they
This
get
is the storytelling.
Yeah.
the readers get attracted to the characters, and they want to know what happens to them, and that's why they come back and read a second book. And we had one of our friends came in and said, "Hey, you guys," I said, "now I've got to buy another book to find out what happened to Jill and Mike." I went, yeah, it's sort of the story.
But that's the business.
We leave you hanging there.
I'm going to show the book that Buck was talking about. That's it. That's pretty fancy. So now you have like this button turning on about like writing.
Yeah.
And you have write 6 novels, so how many more do you see coming?
Till we run out.
Of life or ideas?
Yes.
One or the other.
No, it's fun. We enjoy it, and they get to meet a lot of interesting people. Get to meet a lot of other writers, and people ask us questions. Want to know how
We even
become
get
successful.
interviews occasionally.
Yeah.
Like now.
We spent over an hour and a half with a new writer today who's trying to figure out the business side of it. He's written 2 nice books, and we gave him some good pointers on how to actually get the books out into the public and how he can make some money off of it, because this is a business. It's like making movies. If
The
you
boy needs a little help.
So we're
So,
able to,
how is it to work together? Because one thing, like most of writers are like writing by themselves, but you write as a team. Is that easier, or does that make it?
Well,
like,
after we get out of the hospital, and
what?
no, we actually figured out we've been writing together for 5 years, and have probably had a grand total of 6 arguments.
Oh wow.
I mean, we've written together so much that we actually complete each other's sentences. I know what he's going to say.
so
You can't say that
when we
crap.
first started writing together, we'd end up going home and we'd write together and come back the next day, and we said, well, I wrote about them being at the ranch, and this is what I said. And I'd say, well, I wrote about them at the ranch, and this is what I said. And we'd look at it, and
Identical,
it was
almost.
very, very scary, because almost the
really
same sentences, the same dialogue between the same characters about the same subjects. And so we said, well, that's overkill. So what we need to do is go, and I'll assign you some tasks, and I'll take it from the air battle, starting with the the C-130 coming in with a gunship.
And I'll take the president and her cabinet in the Situation Room at the White House.
Oh, wow.
Then we blend it all together. And it actually works.
So what advice do you have for the, the writers, the new writers or the wannabe writers?
Practice, practice, practice. Do it and make a lot of mistakes so that you learn from the mistakes. We're actually so surprised, our list there that all out this year, and all 3 of our military novels are in the top 50 in Amazon's bestseller list.
Let me show the list.
It's right there.
Nice. I'm going to pronounce it with my accent. Sacred Mountain, Return of the Starfighter, Black Eagle Force, Eye of the Storm, and The Nations.
That's correct.
That was with an accent?
Yeah.
Wow, how can you tell?
You want me to do it without the accent? Okay, and talking about accents, my last thing is I want to hear your Spanish. So let's start with Ken Farmer.
You want to hear what?
Your Spanish. Say something in Spanish.
Oh, si hablar español.
Let's see, Buck. I know he's an expert on it.
Oh, so, would you like it in German or would you like it in Spanish?
En español.
En español. Oh, lo siento mucho, pero tenemos
Easy for you to say.
I don't think in Spanish much anymore.
I have to say that these two,
Dos cervezas, por favor.
Yes.
por favor. These two guys know. They knew that I was going to ask something in Spanish. And look at that Spanish. Oh my God. Gracias.
Dernier.
Mil gracias. Mujer bonito. Bonita, or whatever. Spanish is so difficult because you've got masculine and feminine words, In English,
Yeah, but you got a list.
A beautiful woman. You don't have to say a woman beautiful and then put an A and then bonita. But we can. So.
Let's don't talk about complicated languages, okay?
Yeah, well, we can't do the traditional Spanish by King Ferdinand because he had a lisp. And that was considered proper. So proper Spanish requires a lisp. And what idiot put the S in lisp anyway?
Adiós, amigos.